Yo! Acheron is finally here in Honkai Star, and today we're gonna be talking about whether or not you should pull for this woman. Now, before anyone says it in the comments, no, this is not on the wrong channel. I'm supposed to put it here. Well, with the recent version of Honkai Star, we see a rerun of Acheron, which has been around for quite a long time. Now, is she still worth it though, considering we got Sunday and Fug coming along with the next version? Do you really want to spend your sweet summons on this Acheron character? Let's take a look. The easiest way I think to review a character would be with looking at how they perform in the end games of Star Rail, right? And it's pretty simple. We got three modes. We got Pure Fiction, we got MOC, and we have Apocalyptic Shadow. If a character is good, they're gonna have no trouble clearing all three, but there are characters who are designed to be niche, like say Argenti in Pure Fiction, right? How does Acheron fit in the meta though for these three modes, however? Let's find out. But before that, I need to talk to you about my new passion, and it is rolling for the best waifu on Honkai Star Rail. We got the elusive Acheron today, but I quickly realized I am actually broke. I bet you have a problem like this as well, which is why today I would like to introduce to you the solution. Loot Bar. Loot Bar offers top-up services in a multitude of games, and I decided to try to get my mommy Acheron using Loot Bar. The reason why you want to use this site is for the beautiful discounts where you can easily save up to 20% compared to the official price. You even get a further 8% for the user discount. The site is trusted by a lot of past users, as you can see on screen, and even big creators like Dukaja and Tevat Times that are using this platform as well. To top up on Loot Bar, simply click on the bundle you would like to purchase. I chose this bundle, which is originally $50 in game. Enter your UID and server here. Then click on top up now, continue to purchase, and complete your payment. Once that is done, you don't even have to wait for a long time. You'll see your top up delivered in game like mine here. And now spend all of your jades for mommy Acheron and have some great fun with her insane damage. Use the link in the description to save somebody and support your boy. And dude, I'd appreciate that. The first thing to review will be her MOC performance, and I think this is her best mode ever. On the screen right now, you'll see me using Acheron with a pretty accessible team except for say Diao 2, but the rest of the team is like, you know, pretty much free to play. If you don't have Diao 2, then a popular substitute would be someone like Sparkle, which a lot of people pulled for. If you really have literally no one, then, well, unfortunately, what are you doing? You gotta get more characters. Which does conclude that Acheron does need certain teams to work, right? But that is the case with most characters anyway. So just focus on Acheron's performance though in MOC. This week we have MOC 12 that is really heavily helping break effect as usual, right? Now Acheron as a non-break character is actually still very strong this week because firstly, she can ignore weakness on the ultimate. As long as she can do that, she can eventually break the enemies for sure. With the help of teammates with say Gallagher, that's also free to play, with a fire weakness as well that helps Acheron in terms of debuffs, you can actually break the enemies in MOC 12 this week fairly easily. Not to mention, in the first stage of MOC 12, there are multiple enemies for Acheron to just show you how much damage she can do. If you're unaware still, Acheron is a maestro of AoE damage that can still do quite a bit of single target nuke as well. But the fact that she can do so much AoE damage, that's just unlimited, right? As long as there's targets on the field, she can do a big ton of damage to any targets on field with her ultimate. You can see on the screen right here that every single ult that she gets is gonna be a 500k nuke, it's gonna be a 700k nuke sometimes, and yeah, almost every time you just need one ulti to clear pretty much half the wave except for some elites. Now she does have some weakness though, in the sense where if you don't kill the elites, you're gonna have to use another ultimate with Acheron that takes 9 debuff inflictions, right? It's gonna take a while until you use your ult again. You can use your skill to kill them, but sometimes you just don't kill them because the skill doesn't really do that much, and that is the one weakness with Acheron that just causes her to sometimes take an extra cycle compared to like the best break teams out there. But do keep in mind that this is a week where MOC is really helping break effect. The fact that Acheron can even still perform well is already a godsend. Moving on to the second wave though, we have the boss, we have the triplets that you really want to weakness break them in order to do that much more damage to them. Now a lot of teams are not able to weakness break, right? We got freaking Blade teams, Jingliu teams that the moment you don't have the weakness, they're just not going to break the enemy. With Acheron though, she is the queen of versatility, which is why I think you have to pull for Acheron. You just want a character that can do everything, right? On screen right here, you see Acheron ignoring weakness with her ulti, being able to break these 3 elites. That's allowing me to do so much more damage, right? Every time I break them, they are just guaranteed dead, and that does speed up the run a lot. which is why in the end I cleared it with 5 cycles. Considering it's half a free-to-play team, I think that's more than fine enough. With 5 cycles used, you can definitely get 3-star clear for the second side as well, which is why Acheron in MOC is still very nice. I think you should get her if you're struggling with MOC. But moving on though, we have the other endgame modes in, say, Pure Fiction. Now on screen here, you see a run with Pure Fiction. I'm trying to not use like just premium teams, because you can beat Pure Fiction with Acheron for sure. I have on screen here as well how my friends do it. They're using Acheron with the side of Kafka, with the side of Black Swan, with the reason being this week in Pure Fiction they are helping dot characters. Now what if you don't have all of those? I'm just showcasing what happens if you don't have like so much units at your disposal. We got a pretty standard Acheron team with Sparkle. However, sadly though, in this mode, you have to use a lot of ultimates in order to clear like the whole wave. Acheron herself simply aren't able to do that, so you really want a second DPS. Considering this week helps out Dot, a lot of people go Kafka, a lot of people go Black Swan. Which is why if you just use Acheron herself and crutch on her, she won't even be that bad. You still get 20k points, so if you can perfectly clear one side, Acheron can handle the other side. But 20k points is really not that much to like, you know, be impressed at for sure. However though, if you pair her with any other debuff based 5-star like Kafka with dots, like Black Swan with dots, especially this week they are helping dots, Acheron can easily get to like 30k points, no problem. Which is why she is still a character that can be used in Pure Fiction, being tier 0.5 on Pritwin's tier list as well. A character that can do everything currently, right? So in Pure Fiction, Acheron, if you have the right team, can still clear it. Chances are you already have a lot of characters if you're thinking about a rerun of Acheron, because it's been a while, right? Which is why in the end, I think to get Acheron for your Pure Fiction team, just one side of it, so you can have one side perfect clear, the other side Acheron gets it done. You get your 3-star clear. Very good. And that would be for the Pure Fiction review of Acheron. Certainly not as strong as she would be in MOC. Certainly needs specific characters to work with the buffs of the week, and then you get your Pure Fiction clear, no problem. However though, no one else really are able to do this, right? A character that can do both, and depending on what your team is, you can still 3-star every mode. Pretty dang good. And that would be for Pure Fiction. Very worthy characters still, not the best though. The final endgame mode we have for you would be Apocalyptic Shadow, which for this week is still helping break effect. With Acheron not being a break effect character, she's already on the back pedal. Although that's the case though, the fact that the second enemy, this orchestra guy here, is weak to the lightning element, Acheron can actually still do fine here. Here with the proof, we got a couple of my friends using a normal Acheron team, a pretty standard one, and they can still get a 3-star clear, no problem. Now I will say you're not gonna get a perfect clear with Acheron in this mode, but your first side can be your only break effect team with Ranmei to get the perfect score. Your second team still just carry through with Acheron by straight pure numbers. She's just that good. But then again though, just like Pure Fiction, it will very much depend on the week and the boss itself. This week's boss is just perfect for Acheron because they are weak to lightning and all that. The orchestra guy also summons a lot of mobs for Acheron to kill, and then you get an advantage by killing the mobs. If it's a different week though, things might be different. Say like if they just have Kafka, right? Using Acheron against Kafka with lightning res is not the best of ideas. So hey, Acheron is just not gonna be actually 100% usable in every circumstances, right? But the fact that she is usable in 90% of the times, even with weeks that isn't helping ult damage, isn't helping debuffs, is just really good. That will be the full review for all 3 of the endgames. There are other quote-unquote endgames like high conundrum level freaking similar universe, but that truly is just the luck of the draw. If you get lucky blessings, you win anyway. I've done it with Acheron. She can clear conundrum 6 of everything, no problem whatsoever. And the final thing to talk about would be the value between Acheron versus the coming characters Frug and Sunday. Now we don't know what they do yet unless you look at leaks, but I will say they are harmony characters and usually they are really strong. So the real question is, should you go for Acheron or should you save for those two coming up? Now this is honestly not a question that is answerable. I would say though, if you want to go for versatility, you want to invest on one character and not 10, then Acheron is just the person to go to. Because think about it, right? If you just have a singular team for Acheron, you don't gotta touch it anymore. That's gonna work. If you have that Xiao Qiu plus Acheron team, then that team is gonna beat 90% of everything. Now, that is strictly saying meta though. In the end, this game is just mostly about who you want to play with, right? If you're a Sunday fan, you're a Fruit fan, I actually don't know how to pronounce her name, but if you like those two, you definitely want to go for those two instead of Acheron. There's going to be better and better DPS coming along in the future for sure. Will we see a day where Acheron gets power crept though? I think actually we have to see it. 10 years in, of course we're going to see something better than Acheron, right? But would it be soon though? That's the thing. I don't think so. So in the end, the best advice for you, if you truly love Acheron, or say if you're a waifu lover, go for Acheron. Safe through Sunday, go for Fug or the new Tingyuan. That would be a really decent play as well. But this video is mainly just focusing on how good is Acheron in the meta and whether or not she's worth it at all to pull. And I think, simply put, yes, she's very much still worth it. Still incredibly strong in today's meta. You can clear everything just by getting a good Acheron setup. I'm in the middle of doing so as well. And hey, if you like her, go ahead and get her. That'll be all. Take care!